Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh everyone. Good morning, how are you? I hope everything is fine. Let me introduce myself. My name is Putri Wahyuni and my student number is 4002. I'm a student of English Education at Sriwijaya University. Now, in my video this time I will give a little explanation about what descriptive text is and how to analyze it. Please watch this video. We will enter into the first material, namely first is descriptive text definition. What is descriptive text? Basically, the explanation of descriptive text is a text that aims to explain, describe, or describe something. This something can take any form, be it an animal, object, location, and so on. Jadi dalam bahasa Indonesia, pada dasarnya penjelasan descriptive text adalah teks yang bertujuan menjelaskan, menggambarkan, atau mendeskripsikan sesuatu. Sesuatu ini bentuknya bisa berupa apa saja, baik itu hewan, benda, lokasi, dan lain sebagainya. Descriptive text can contain a person's name, where a person or thing comes from, describes the culture or customs that a person or place has, what language they have, and much more. Usually, descriptive text is characterized by the use of the easy tense and focuses on one specific object. The object is then discussed again in more detail in descriptive text. Jadi, descriptive text bisa berisi tentang nama seseorang, asal seseorang atau benda, mendeskripsikan kebudayaan atau adat istiadat yang dimiliki seseorang, atau tempat yang dideskripsikan, bahasa apa yang dimiliki, dan masih banyak lagi. Biasanya, descriptive text ditandai dengan penggunaan easy tense dan fokus pada satu objek secara spesifik. Objek tersebut kemudian dibahas kembali secara lebih detail dalam teks deskriptif tersebut. Descriptive text can also mean first is descriptive text provides information about how something or someone looks. This text uses words to describe what something or someone is like. And the second, descriptive text also provides facts about how Indonesian in actually used according to the rules and how this text should be used. We move to next material is about generic structure in descriptive text. Generic structure in descriptive text have two structure. The first is identification. Identification contains the topic of introduction to place, people, animals, or other objects that will be explained. Jadi, di dalam bagian identifikasi berisi mengenai topik pengenalan terhadap tempat, seseorang, hewan, atau objek lain yang akan diterangkan. And the second structure is description. Contains a description of something such as an object, animal, person, or place by classifying the characteristic, shape, color, or anything related to what the author will describe. Jadi, di dalam structure descriptive text yang kedua yakni deskripsi, berisi deskripsi mengenai sesuatu seperti benda, hewan, orang, atau tempat dengan cara menjelaskan ciri-ciri, bentuk, warna, atau apapun yang berhubungan dengan apa yang akan penulis gambarkan. Alright, if you have any question before I move to explain the next material, you can go to the comment in this video. So, the next material is about social function and purpose. The social function or purpose of descriptive text is to describe a particular person or place or thing. Jadi, social function in descriptive text bisa untuk menggambarkan orang, benda, atau tempat secara spesifik. And to describe a particular person, thing, or place without doing detailed research based only on sight and hearing. So, we move to the next material is about characteristic in the descriptive text. The first characteristic is the tense used is the simple present tense. Jadi, tenses yang dipakai yakni simple present tense. And the second characteristic is verbs used are attribute verbs such as be, for example, am is are. Jadi, verb yang dipakai yakni attribute verb seperti be, contohnya yaitu am, is, are. And the last characteristic is only focus on an object that will be explained. Jadi, hanya berfokus kepada sebuah objek yang akan dijelaskan di dalam teks yang kita buat. So, we move to the next material is about linguistic elements in the descriptive text. Linguistic elements first is specific participant. Specific participant has a certain object using only one word explanation. For example, my house, Borobudur Temple, Bandengan Beach, and Uncle Gilang. And the second is the use of adjectives or nouns to describe more specific nouns. For example, a beautiful beach, a handsome man, famous place in Jakarta, and others. And the third is use of the simple present tense. The sentence pattern used in the descriptive text is the simple present, because it will tell the facts of the object being described. And next linguistic elements is action verbs. Verbs that indicate an activity, for example, run, sleep, walk, cut, or eat others. And the next linguistic elements is figurative language. Using figurative language, or describing something in general, it will use a metaphor to provide an illustration to the reader. For example, my love for you is as big as the ocean, and her skin is as white as the snow. We move to the last material is about types of descriptive text. The first type is descriptive text about a place. This text describes a place that is a tourist spot or is famous in an area, which is then analyzed. For example, what is famous about the place, what is the mascot of the place that can become famous, in which city or area is the place, and so forth. Like the following example, namely a short descriptive text regarding cultural tourism spots in Muara Enim, namely the Bedagung Waterfall. Curug Tenang or Bedagung Waterfall is the highest waterfall in South Sumatra. This waterfall, with a height of 99 meters, originates from a spring that never dries up in the Bukit Barisan Gap, and descends in a small river that is heavy, rocky, and has very cool air. Curug Tenang Bedagung Waterfall is located in the village of Bedagung, Tanjung Agung District, Muara Enim Regency, South Sumatra Province. The second type is descriptive text about animals. This text describes or analyzes an animal that is made into a text, in which the text may contain the characteristics of animal, where it comes from, what family it belongs to, and what kind, where it comes from, what are its characteristics of the animal, and so forth. As the example below is a text description of an animal that has become a cultural icon in Lampung province, namely the elephant. Elephants are full-age mammals with large bodies, reaching 4,000 until 6,000 kilograms, with the characteristic of a long trunk and strong fangs. Elephants are also intelligent animals because adult elephants have a brain reaching 4.5 kilograms, which makes them have good memory skills and are classified as intelligent animals. He can also recognize the face of other elephants or humans even though they have not seen each other for years. Elephants live by spending their time eating, which is 16 hours per day, and the rest is sleeping because it is a herbivorous 11 species and its very size lives. In contrast to human women who carry their babies for 9 months in the womb, 11s are pregnant for approximately 22 months until they give birth to their babies. For the people of Lampung, of course, they are already familiar with this one mammal, because the 11th has long been an icon of Lampung province. This is evidenced by the existence of 11 monuments in Lampung such as the Adipura Monument, for example 11 Roundabout Monument. In Bandar Lampung, 11 statues at the Bandar Elephant Park in Lampung. 11 icons on Lampung Culture Cult and the naming of the area in Lampung, namely City of Elevens. The Elevens is also used as the symbol and mascot of the Wakambas area as one of the 11 conservation areas in East Lampung. And the third type is descriptive text about person. This text describes a person about what the person's name is, where the person was born, date of birth, habits, which are the person comes from, what language is used in the area where he lives or she lives, what culture and customs exist in the area where he or she comes from, and so on, etc. Like the following example, namely descriptive text about someone with the title My Best Friend Bianca. Bianca Prasetya is the full name of my best friend since middle school. Bianca comes from the city of Muarainim, South Sumatra to be more precise, in the village of Kapur. In the Bianca area, there are many diverse cultures such as Melemang to commemorate the Islamic New Year. Bianca has brown skin, white eyes, and a sharp nose. Bianca's height is 165 cm and weight is 55 kg. So, for the last types is descriptive text about thing. This text describes an object, person, thing, clothing, and so on. This text may contain about the use of the object, what color is identical to the object, and so on. When describing cultural objects such as heirlooms and so on, you have to analyze where the object comes from, what is used for, what culture the object came from, and so on. For example, the following example is a description of a traditional dance from an area, namely the Tanggai dance. The Tanggai dance is a traditional dance from Palembang, South Sumatra, which is performed to welcome guests. This greeting reflects the respect and friendliness of the people of Palembang to those who have come to fulfill the invitation. The dance, which is usually performed at traditional weddings, combines the art of traditional music and the gentle movements of typical Palembang clothes. The origin of the Tanggai dance stems from a ritual favoring from the Buddhist community in South Sumatra towards Siva. One type of traditional dance, which is classified as old, was originally more sacred and purified because it functioned to deliver offerings to the Buddhist deities. Because the form is in the form of an offering dance, it cannot be danced haphazardly. This dance began to be performed with props in the form of battle leaf and tanggai around 19 and 12. The name even has a slight difference, namely the tari tanggai or tari tepak. The tanggai dance was reappointed as a welcoming dance by the celebration between Eli Rudi and Anna Kumari, because Palembang had not had a dance to welcome the state guests of honor since then. Meanwhile, the naming of the Tanggai dance is slightly different from the accessories in the form of false nails or tanggai attached to the 8 fingers or except the 2 arms of the dancers. So now from this video, I hope that all of you can get useful knowledge. Thank you for watching. I end this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.